Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about decimal numbers. So let's start. What is decimal number? I'll tell you. Decimals. Decimals are the numbers which consist of two parts, namely a whole number part and a fractional, or we can say decimal part, separated by a decimal point. For example, 17.48 is a decimal number. Okay, it's a definition of that. I'll explain you. Here I'll take the number 17.48. Now here, this part, that is 17, we can say it as a whole number, and this point is called as a decimal point, and this 48 is called as a decimal part of the number. Okay, so this whole together we say it as a decimal number. Okay, now how to read this number? So here I am taking an example. Here I took the number. Let's write the number in words. How to write? As you all know how to write the whole numbers. So first part before decimal point is a whole number. So let's write the number as we write whole numbers. So here it is 965. Okay, 965. Then as we have here decimal point, we have to write point. Then the numbers which is present after decimal point, we have to just write the name of the digits. Like here it is 138. So we have to write 138. So together how we have to read it? 965.138. Understood? So just we have to read as we write read whole numbers, like that way we have to read the first part, then we have to write point, and then we have to write the name of the digits. That's all. Okay, now I'll tell you how to expand decimal numbers. Okay, you all know how to expand whole numbers. Today I'll teach you how to expand decimal numbers. Okay, here I am taking example as 17.48. Now as you all know, 17 is a whole number. So let's expand it like a whole number. 1 into 10 raised to 1 plus 7 into 10 raised to 0. Okay. Now you have a question that how to expand the numbers which are present after decimal point. Okay. So I'll explain you that with the help of pictures. Okay. So here I am taking 17.48. Okay. Now as you all know, 17 means there is some object which is in the number 17. Okay. So here I am taking squares. These squares are 17 in number. Okay. Now after that we have point. Now imagine that if I choose one square from this, and if I divide that square in 10 equal parts, and if I choose out of 10 only 4 parts, then how I am going to write it? I am going to write it as 4 upon 10. Out of 10 I am choosing 4. So 4 upon 10. Same way we have to write here, plus 4 upon 10. Understood? Now after 4 we have 8. Right? Now we have to choose one part and we have to divide it into 100 equal parts, and out of 100 I am choosing here 8 parts. So how I am going to write it? 8 upon 100. Understood? Same way we have to expand the number. We can expand it like this way, or else we can write it as 1 plus 10 raised to 1 plus 7 into 10 raised to 0 plus 4 upon 10 raised to 1 plus 8 upon 10 raised to 2. Or else we can write it like this way also. 1 into 10 raised to 1 plus 7 into 10 raised to 0 plus 4 into 10 raised to minus 1 plus 8 into 10 raised to minus 2. Okay. Now I'll tell you decimals with place values. Now I'll tell you the name of the place values. Okay. You all know the place values of the whole numbers. This is a whole number. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1234 is a whole number. In this, 4 is in the place of ones, 3 is in tens, 2 is in hundreds, and 1 is in thousands. Okay. But here after decimal point, 5 is present at the place of tenths. Why tenths? Because it is placed at the place of 1/10. Okay, so we call it as tenths place. 6 is present on the hundredths place because it is 1/100th. Okay, and 7 is present on the 1000th place, and 8 is present on the 1/10,000th place. Okay, so now I want to tell you one more thing, that see here, when a whole is divided into 10 equal parts, now this is a whole which is divided into 10 equal parts, then we write a fraction as 1/10, right? So how to write it in a decimal? We have to write it as 0.1 because 1/10 it is. Understood? Now here whole is divided into 100 equal parts and we are choosing here one part out of it. So we write fraction as 1/100 and decimal we have to write it as 0.01 because 1/100th. Okay. Now here it is thousands. So here there are 1000 squares. Out of thousands we are choosing here 1. So 1000s. So 0.001. So 1000s. Okay. Now you have to remember that here I am taking one more example, 87.591. Okay. You all know that as we move left of the decimal point as a whole number, okay, in the whole number part, as we move towards left side, the value of the each place gets 10 times bigger. Okay, the value of each place, because see here 7 is less 8 is greater than 7. Why? Because 8 is present at the 10th place and 7 is present on the 1st place. Okay, so it gets bigger 10 times. Okay, and after decimal point, okay, after decimal point, as we move towards right side, the value of the each place gets 10 times smaller. Okay, the first digit on the right is 10th, that is 1/10. As we move towards right side, the value of the each place gets smaller by 10 times. So 1/10 is bigger here. Okay. Now I'll teach you how to convert fractions to decimals and vice versa. Okay. So first I'll teach you fractions to decimals. I'll take one example here. 2/5. Okay, this is a fraction. I want to convert it into decimal. How to convert? It's very easy. Just divide the numerator by denominator. Okay. Now you might have thinking that 2 is smaller than 5. How we have to divide it? It's very easy. I'll tell you. As 2 is not present in the table of 5 and it is very small. So just we have to divide it as 5 zeros are 0. Okay, so 2 minus 0 gives you 2 now. Now we can place point after this 0 as a decimal point. As we have placed the decimal point, we have to give 0 to this remainder. So it became 20 now. Okay, so 5 fours are 20. So we got remainder as 0. Therefore 2/5 is equal to 0.4. Understood? Now I'll tell you decimals to fractions. Now I'll tell you how to convert this decimals to fractions. Okay, so I am taking here the example as 34.76. How to write it in a fraction? It's very easy. Just write this number but don't write decimal point. Okay, then what it happens? 3476. Okay, 3476. Now as we have removed the decimal point, we have to write 100 in the place of denominator. Why 100? Why not 1000? Why not 10? Because we have 2 digits after decimal point. Therefore we have to write here 100. If we had 3 digits, then we have to write here 1000. If we had only 1 digit, then we have to write here 10. Okay, like that way. Now, as it is not in the simplest form, we have to make it in a simplest form. So let's divide this fraction by 2. 2 ones are 2. So we got 1 as remainder that we have to give to the next digit. Then it became 14. So 2 sevens are 14. Now we don't have any remainder. So directly move to the next digit, that is 7. 2 threes are 6. Now we have 1 as remainder that we gave to the 6. Then it became 16. So 2 eights are 16. Now in the denominator, 2 5s are 10, 2 zeros are 0. Okay. Now again we have to divide it as both the digits get divided by 2 because both are even numbers. Now 2 8s are 16. We have 1 as remainder. Now 2 6 are 12. Again we have 1 as remainder. Now 2 9s are 18. Now here 2 2s are 4 and 1 as remainder. So 2 5s are 10. So we got 34.76 as 869 upon 25. Okay. So I have provided in this video as many information is important for decimals that if you like my teaching, then please subscribe to my channel. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment box. Bye everyone.